What's going on, people? It's your boy TKK, aka the Killer Crook, back with another showdown video. And today I got a pretty cool replay here. Now, this battle is pretty important. You should take a few things from this battle, specifically from my opponent, because this is a thinking game, right? You got to think about every turn. Each play is crucial, so. We already got to rely on. We already have hacks in this game, and it's a luck-based game. So, you want to think and try to strategize and win to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? And my opponent, he doesn't really do that. So, as you can tell, this is an old battle, as you can see by the Palafin, which I'm glad this era of Palafin is over because it just made no sense. I don't really got. I really didn't have too much of a problem with it, but I knew it wasn't gonna last because I think it's just pretty powerful. So I got a pretty cool pechurant hyper offensive team here, and he has a Auroraville setup team. So let's get into it. So turn one, I lead Roaring Moon. Now, this is a bad turn for both of us because, usually when you see something like this, a team with nine tails, you expect it to lead, right? You want to, he should be trying to get up his Auroraville as quick as possible, but clearly that's not the case, and it looks like he has a Specs Valiant. I doubt it's Scarf. Scarf is not as common as Specs, I believe, so I'm just assuming that this is a Specs. I have a Roaring Moon, which I believe is Scarf. A Scarf Roaring Moon set I was running on this team. And, at the time, I could only guess that the reason I led this was to knock off the Light Clay or Roaring Moon or on Nine Tails, or knock off the Choice Band on the Palafin. Because those were the only ones I was expecting him to lead with. But he goes straight in and leads off with his Specs Iron Valiant. So, oh, never mind. Let me scratch that. I didn't let it play all the way. It's not Specs. It's Booster Energy. So I bring in my pechurant, and he goes straight for the close combat. He was not playing any games. Now, this is what I mean by you should think through every turn, because why would you lead off with Valiant? Valiant is never a mon, especially Booster. Booster Valiant is never mine you want to lead off with. You literally burn his item and speed boost. You know what I mean? It usually comes in towards the middle, towards the end of the game. So, very interesting play. He does get the knockout 40%, but now something has to eat a malignant chain, malignant chain, however you want to say it. So what he should do here is double out into Gambit. So let's see. So he knocks off my boots, and I just hit him up with a malignant chain. Right, that's right, because he didn't switch out. So there he just sacked Valiant for absolutely no reason. Then he makes another questionable play. He goes into the Auroraville Nine Tails. Now it sets up dual screens. And this is what I mean. Like, you should think there's no reason why his Valiant should be dead, right? Especially seeing how well it matches up against my team. I have a Zama Menta, I have an Iron Treads, I have a Moon, and I have a Darkrai. So very questionable turn there from my opponent, but he does get the screens up, and I think I just stay in and hit him up with it, or actually I just go for the recover. He encores me, and that's a good play, and I end up going for the recover again. I think here I double out into, actually I don't know who I go out into, Treads, and he brings out the Palafin, switches it out to get the ability activated, and I just set up my rocks. Now, this is a scary position because he could hit me up with a Leaf Storm, he could sub, he could do whatever, right? So he decides to go for the sub, and I bring out my Zapdos, and I'm like, all right, this is the best matchup against it right now, at least. So he goes for the leech. See, I don't know why it's doubled there. That was a questionable double right there. He ends up glaring me and everything, so big crucial play for me. With the play I should have made was to at least Hurricane, or in fact, if I was scarfed Roaring Moon, I should have just U-turned out. But for some reason, I brung in Pechurant here. I don't know if I was trying to apply pressure or what I was thinking, but yeah, now I'm paralyzed. Screens is up on his side, and he got a leech seed, and he's behind us up. So this is pretty unfortunate. I'm in a bad position. So I think I try to go for the Melinda chain, or I might double out to Zapdos, right? He goes for the leaf storm. I eat. He gets a special attack boost, and I go for the hurricane because you need to get from behind it. Oh, actually, no, I go for the thunderbolt. Don't know why I did that. Should have definitely just clicked the hurricane. I know it's the risk to miss, but whatever. And so I go for the hurricane there, and that was pretty bad because I could have just went for thunderbolt again and probably broke it. I could have missed all type of shit. Could have happened right there. But it's all good. So we got superior send up here at +4, which is fucking scary. Now it's at max special attack, and it's gonna be doing 42 damage every time now with the leaf storm. So he could make a play, he could sub, or he could just kill me. If I were him, I would have just killed me, just so, Well, actually, no, he doesn't have to because he has the leaf seed up, actually. What am I talking about? But I do end up breaking his sub. That's good. And now I break out Darkrai. And now here, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to Terra Poison and take this thing right out. This is Scarf Darkrai as well. So I'm the fastest thing on the field. And this is where he brings out this guy. And he goes for the Jet Punch. And just look how well Pechurant takes that. I know Pechurant gets a lot of criticism for his design mainly. And people, you know what? I'm not even going to say it gets a lot of criticism competitively. I just feel like it's overlooked. But this thing is so bulky, man. Like the way he just took that Jet Punch was beautiful. So yeah. I take the Jet Punch, I'm paralyzed, this thing starts setting up, and I make the only play, and that is to Melinic Chain because I could get that 50% chance to poison plus my ability, and that's exactly what happens. So he gets poison, he ends up hitting himself there, which is really good, but I get paralyzed, so I don't get a chance to take this thing out, which is pretty unfortunate, but he's still poisoned. He's practically dead at this point, but he goes for the taunt, which is a good play because now I can recover. So that was a pretty good play on his part. He goes for a Drain Punch, and that's another lesson you could take. You shouldn't overpredict. What he should have did was to just get a few more chips. I'm already paralyzed. I'm already, you're on your last breath. You don't need to overpredict. I understand that he's trying to value and, get his health back and, preserve that. But if he really wanted to do that, he would have switched out the moment I brung in my Pechurant. It was no way I was doubling to Iron Treads. There was no way I was going Roaring Moon or in Darkrai's Terra Poison. So what did he expect? What did he expect to get out of that play? And that's what I mean. Like, you got to think, man. You got to think. So I end up taking him out, or he takes himself, or the poison takes him out. Bring out the Ninetales again. I know he's going to set up again. I just click Melina Chain again because why not? All right. Why not? It's super effective. I could get that poison / confusion, which is amazing. He encores me into that, which is whatever. So now he should go out to Gambit because I was locked into this move, but he ends up going Latias, which I thought was an interesting play. But he throws me off because he goes for the poison. So here, this is pretty crucial. I think he should have done this a while ago, but he does it here late game as a last ditch effort to come back, and it's not going to really work out because, I'm Scarf Darkrai, so unless he's max speed, which he isn't, spoilers, he isn't, I'm not threatened by this thing, I'm not threatened by the store power or any of that, so I know I don't want this thing to set up. I know it's behind screens, I know it's threatening, so the only thing I could do with my Darkrai is trick it to give me some sort of momentum, and I think that's exactly what I do on this next turn. I switch out the Pechurant, bring in my Scarf Darkrai, and I give Latias the choice scarf so it can never be threatening here. So that's always good, right? Now this Latias is locked into, it's locked now into Calm Mind, and I can just bring in Roaring Moon, who's a dark type, and we seeing pretty. Seeing real pretty. He brings out the blue shell, aka the Gambit. I just go for a U-turn. Probably predicted a switch, that's why I went for that. And we're in a good position. So at this rate, there's really nothing he could do to come back. I mean, he burnt his Terra. Gambit does it 1v1. My bulky's not Memento ever. So I just take this thing right out with he forfeits. But yeah, so I think this is an important game. Kind of, it highlights the mistakes we all tend to make in Pokemon sometimes, as far as over predicting and getting desperate and panicking when one is behind screens and stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I panicked a lot against their superiors, which is why I made the reckless plays I made with Zapdos. I'm like, I don't know if I should Thunderbolt twice and break this up. I don't want to miss the Hurricane. This thing does this and that and that and this. But in the end, we end up prevailing because due to his poor mistakes, I think burning the Valiant was a big mistake. It could have been very crucial for him to win this game. But yeah, it's on him. So pretty fun game, man. Pechurant is awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I fucking love that thing. And yeah, I'll be back with more heat. So hope you all took some lessons from this game. This low ladder fucking chaos show. And I hope you move on with a clearer mindset for the future. So yeah, that's it. It's your boy TKK, and I'm out. Peace.